All right, we are tiptoeing over to summer, Sarah.
We are tiptoeing to summer.
Tomorrow's July.
First, my birthday month.
Your birthday month.
Canada Day.
Canada Day.
And officially super summer month.
Super summer, supercharged. Welcome back, everyone.
To the Rival and Queen podcast.
We're so happy
to be here with you. Ashley and I are recording. We've started recording in the morning a little bit. It's a new vibe, and
I
we're
think
into
we have more
it.
energy in the morning.
Some days, yes.
Yeah.
We got the coffees are fresh. The vibes are flowing. The views are great. I don't know. We're in a pleasant...
Life is pretty good.
Life is pretty good. And we're fresh off of our getaway in Wolfville. We went for a night at the Locust Starr Inn.
So adorable.
It was very adorable. Can I tell you, I've never showered outdoors naked, and I really liked it. And it was at night.
Were you naked?
Oh, yeah. I took everything off.
I thought you had your bathing suit on.
Well, I went in with my bathing suit, and then I had to, rinse it. So I took it all off.
Fair.
And I really found it very freeing. I liked being outside naked. I liked it being dark at night. I liked the trees hanging over the shower. I was really into it, and I thought, I want to do more of this.
I know. That looked very refreshing.
I just was like, it felt good for the soul, and I think more people should try it.
Cleanse her soul.
It cleansed my soul.
I feel like I've showered outdoors naked before.
I don't think I've done it naked. I think I've always been somewhere that hasn't been as private.
Right.
I don't know.
Okay, well, I have aspirations to have a pool.
Yes.
And I've always thought about this because I want to have an outdoor shower, but I'll put at least a wood, an L shape something so it's covering. So you still feel kind of open, but it's covering. That. So we could have a conversation. You could be behind there.
I can be part of the planning I want to be, to make sure the full freedom experience is there. It was good.
I'm not going to let people know where I live.
Yeah,
I'm just kidding.
I
thought about that when we were in Wolfville. I'm like, we're posting this on social media. What if people just
show up?
Yeah.
No one's that excited about us right now.
No.
In a year.
Hopefully not. Maybe someday.
Could you imagine we'd be so... Well, I would have been real taken aback if I was naked in the shower and someone walked in.
At least it was dark. Oh my gosh.
I liked it. I thought they did a good job at covering the views, so you felt really comfortable, but you still had a lot of space, and then there's nature around you. It was
we love Wolfville.
We loved Wolfville. It's so sunny and hot down there. It really does feel like summer.
Yeah, we did the trail walk in the morning, and I found it was so relaxing, and we were sweating. It was hot.
It was hot, but also it's just a cute town. There's an ice cream shop. You can get your coffee, have some cute drinks.
5-cent candy.
Oh, yeah. My favorite thing when we go to Wolfville, got to go to Muddy's, the convenience store. We got popcorn, all the 5-cent candy.
That popcorn was so good.
Why? Why is that the novelty of a lifetime?
Nostalgia.
For me? It is nostalgia. I love being an adult, going into stores and realizing I can buy all the treats I want.
Yes, you can.
It is still such a little treasure.
And we went to Lightfoot and Wolfville for a little afternoon snack on the way. And then we went to Church Brewing for dinner, which was so nice. Lightfoot was nice because it was Sunday night. Towards the end when they close, it wasn't crazy busy because people had left. Yeah. And it just felt very relaxing, which I really appreciated.
It's also just their view is stunning. That place is amazing. They've done such a great job with that vineyard. I need to do a full Valley Day of wine tastings.
Yeah,
I got to get that in the calendar for the summer. I know, it's so fun.
So fun.
And so also thank you to Locust and Starr Inn for having us. You guys can find out more. Locust and Starr Inn is online. You can just book through their website if you're interested in staying there for a night. And it's super reasonable. We had a great time. What else? We've got the golf tournament coming up.
Yeah, the teams are rolling in, and we've got some awesome things coming for that day, July 15th.
Friday, July 15th. It starts in the afternoon. You can book through our Instagram. There's a link there, and we'll put a link in the show notes as well. You can register your team through Eventbrite. We've got some great giveaways. Audie's giving away a golf bag. We've got...
Vicky Mina's doing some giveaways. Dormy.
I can say car.
Hey, last year they did ask about putting... it's a bit difficult on some of the holes.
They did want to do a hole-in-one.
They wanted to put... I think they just wanted to bring a car or something and put it, but it was too wet. But...
I mean, maybe we'll be able to get them to a car. That would be hilarious and amazing. And you know what? I bet one of the gals would win.
Just by luck.
Just by luck. This group is amazing. And so the golf tournament is open to newbies.
Any
if you've
level.
never golfed and are curious, it is such a great group to start exploring golf with. Or if you are a great golfer, you'll have a great time as well. And
a great way to bond with new people. I know that sounds so cliche, but we met so many incredible women last year that I know a few of the teams have already signed up, and I can't wait to see them again and just have fun.
And we can like socialize even more than we did last year.
No, we had a great time, and almost everyone I think walked away with some sort of door prize or giveaway. So we're working on filling that
We basically
stuff up again.
had a giveaway item for everyone last year.
We're like, oh, you didn't get anything? Here's a Rival and Queen mug.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I should order some for the tournament. Okay, we'll add those to the list.
I'm just dying. If anyone's watching our YouTube, I spilled water down my shirt, and anyways, I look like a mess. But that happens.
All right, so today we've got a very women's focused episode.
Do we ever?
We're talking about women's bodies, women's boobs,
The good, the bad, the ugly.
the good, the bad, the ugly, and our rights to abortion.
Yay! Or boo, I don't know.
Well, so we're going to talk about this because a couple of our listeners wrote in and asked if we were going to talk about it. We're based in Canada, as most of our listeners know. And so this last week in the U.S., they had the Roe versus Wade ruling overruled at the Supreme Court level. Boo.
Since 1973
I think?
Yeah, something like that.
And so what that means, if anyone is just not entirely familiar, is what that had put in place was a precedent that federally every woman had the right to choose whether abortion was right for them or not. And so by overturning that, it then returns to a state level. And
It's just like 20 some, is it 20?
26, or no, not 26, but almost half the states in the U.S. basically have abortion. They had a shotgun clause so that if this was ever overturned, abortion went back to being illegal in their states.
Right, by default.
By default. So immediately, basically overnight, well, actually, I was reading and Rhea May had posted something in her story that like 11:30 that night, there were like doctors calling lawyers because they had.
What do you do?
Well, there was like emergency scenarios where
people
people needed an abortion, like they're
or already set up to in
Yes.
happening kind of thing. Do you know something interesting? I saw the New York Times posted it, and it was a list this morning of a ton of companies. Like DoorDash, I can't even remember. There was 50 or more.
like delivery companies.
Well, just companies in the
Okay.
United States that are going to pay for women to travel to get abortions, like their companies. And I thought that was really, was good.
So this is the thing, and this is
And
an
paid
issue.
leave and stuff, obviously,
Oh, really?
to deal with, as you would have to. Yeah.
Well, this is the issue there, and this is also the issue in Canada, is that people can still get abortions in the States, but they may not be able to get it in their home state. And so then you have to be able to travel. And so for some people, that's okay. And then, but disproportionately people of like low income,
logistically.
you may not even be able to afford to do that.
Yeah, you could have some type of disability. Like there could be a lot of things that.
Or you have to go to work.
Yeah, you can't just physically leave, or you're taking care of someone.
And it is like a tricky issue. Like, I don't know how well, like, how did you feel about this?
I just feel like obviously it sucks and it's awful.
Yeah.
And another thing is like what next? When I think of the United States, like what other thing are they going to try and, take back?
Right.
And I just feel like it's 2022. Aren't we meant to move things forward? I'm sure we can. I don't know. I have a hard time trying to reason with people's thinking around stuff like that. That's where I struggle. And I get it. We all have different beliefs and different opinions and different moral.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know, but I'm just like, but why do you care? Just like let people do what they want to do. Like,
And what's right for them.
yeah.
Yeah, I struggled like a little. Well, I didn't struggle. I think I'm almost like numb to it. Like, do you know, because
Like,
it
it
came
doesn't
out
surprise
a
you?
few weeks ago that this was
gonna
happen.
Yeah.
So it didn't feel shocking. But I also feel like a little bit as Canadians, it's, there is a level of powerlessness because like we can't vote there.
No.
Like we are not American citizens. So it's upsetting, but it's also like, what can we do? Which I think what we can do is help support some of these organizations that like Planned Parenthood, but like we also have this issue in our own country. It is just not as, it's just not legal. Like it's not illegal, but like access to these things is very challenging. And I think, and I mean, for our listeners, like I had an abortion when I was 27 years old. And I was going back through the dates last night to actually check like how old was I
when
when
was
this
this?
happened. It was 2015. And I was living in Newfoundland at the time. And I can tell you from the experience, like the reason I had it was not, well, I was 27 years old. I had just started a company. I had $27,000 of debt on my credit card from starting this company. And I was in the middle of fundraising with my investors. And I knew that if I felt like, not factual, I didn't talk to them about this. I felt like if I would not be able to take their money if I was going to have this baby, because I was the CEO of this company and the primary person they were investing in. And then if I'm having a child, I'm not going to be as active in the business. And so, and I mean, this has brought up
so hard.
This has brought up issues for me with like the startup community and like the VC space.
Women in business in general.
Well, it was only a couple of years ago that the first pregnant woman was on a cover of a magazine, like a startup magazine. And she had been fundraising like pregnant. And it was such a big story.
Like womp womp. You know what I mean? Like that's just
Well,
crazy.
And it's different at different stages of a business, but like truly at the stage of business I had at the time, it was like there was 4 of us in the company. So like you are like integral to the business, right? And so that part I struggled with. And I was in a new relationship with someone. We had only been together for 3 months. And although at the time, like I really loved this person, it was not, well, like just think about the scenario. So I'm going to suddenly lose my job, have $27,000 of debt on my credit card, and then be pregnant, and like who's going to hire me?
Yeah. And did you feel like, obviously I think people can make informed decisions about this. I don't think it's like an irrational, like, you know what I mean? Like that stuff, but just like personally, you just kind of like, no, this is just not.
I did take the time. So I will say, okay, so this is why like women, like having good doctors and access to this stuff, I think is really helpful.
Yes.
Because like in context, let's look at this. Like I'm an educated person. I have the means. If I had to go somewhere to pay for this, like I could have done it, even though at the time I had no money. Like my family would have helped me if I had asked them. And I had like a doctor as a family friend that I could access and talk to, but so I had everything going for me in that context. But it was still shocking to me what a scary emotionally thing that was. And I also had a supportive partner. And it was something that I sort of didn't deal with at the time, but like later it came up. And I was so grateful because I had gone to at the time I was doing my master's as well. Oh yeah, right. So I was also doing my master's. So I went to the MUN Health Clinic, and I had one doctor who was like literally not helpful. But when I went back the second time, because I got an IUD to take with me. Like they recommend if you want one, they'll put it in when you get an abortion. So you can get done at once. And I ended up having a doctor who was this older woman. She was probably like near her 60s. She was this French woman, I remember. And this was incredible for me. And she told me, she was like, even if you're sound in this decision, what I would recommend is like you write a letter to yourself explaining why you're making these choices, so that if ever down the road you have regret or doubt, you can go back to that and remember why this was the right decision for you at the time. So I did
That's good advice.
It was it was the most helpful advice.
Yeah. And think of the people that this doctor or many doctors deal with that are like truly hysterical in this situation. Like you said, you were pretty, like you also 27, you know what I mean? Like what if you were 17, you come in, and you can't tell your parents or you can tell your friends, like how, or you want to have it, but you're just like, I can't because my family will kill me, or like my boyfriend will kill me. You know what I mean? Like, so that is good advice, because I feel like there'd be a lot of clarity for people just writing it, whatever the decision ended up being for them.
Well, and I think you're right. Because of my age, I had the clarity of like, I need to actually, the maturity to sit and be like, I need to like sit alone. And even like separate from my partner at the time, Mark, I was like, I need to like sit alone and decide what is right for me. And I did do that. And it wasn't like a hard decision. Like I felt I was like, I know this is not the right time for me to bring a child into the world. Like it just good. Like I would have been, I did not feel like at all like I could have done that. But I was really surprised at like how emotionally, even though I had all the supports, even though everything was okay, even though no one was upset with me, and like I didn't tell my parents about it. I still actually haven't told them about it. Well, but like I wouldn't.
They might
hear me.
You better talk to
them. Yeah, no, and I'm okay with it. Like I actually think it's a healthy conversation. I think they would have supported me at the time if I
whatever decision.
With whatever decision. I just didn't want to bring that up. But what I can say is, even though I had all those things going for me, it still felt very scary because it still felt unknown. And what I'm shocked at is like how little information and education were given on the subject.
Because like just in terms of what would happen to you?
I was like, where do I even go? Like, I didn't know who to call.
Like a clinic or where. And
in St. John's, thankfully, I was living in St. John's, but if I was anywhere else in the province, I would have had to travel to St. John's. So if you lived in Corner Brook, which is 8.5 hours away, that's an 8.5-hour drive. Then you need to get a hotel.
Yeah.
And
potentially hide that from people. Like, that's what I worry about, is people's mental health too. Like trying to like slip in and slip out of this experience, which sucks.
And so that's part of it. And so like, even I was like, thankfully I was in the city, but I was like stressed about it. And then also every province in Canada has different standards of when you can get it done. So I was telling you this the other day. In Newfoundland, you can get it done between 9 and 14 weeks.
Okay.
And so
you have to wait.
I had to wait.
Right.
So like you do have to carry, like you do have to wait. And like through that period, you're going through like morning sickness and everything.
Yeah.
But the other part that freaked me out is like, I wasn't actually sure how far along I was, because you're not getting like ultrasounds. Like you're not getting an official kind of like pregnancy test. And so the whole time I was actually like worried in the back of my mind that like, what if I've gotten this wrong? What if I miss the window? Then what do I do? Then I have to go to Quebec. Then like, and also I was like, does this have any like implications for my ability to have children down the road? Like I don't, like we aren't taught this.
Like the facts of,
Well, like I don't understand. Like is there any damage done by having an abortion? Like I didn't know.
I don't know.
Well, there's not. I did book an appointment with my doctor, and he was like, "No, that's fine." But it was kind of eye opening to me that just we don't have any. Like I had no awareness as like an educated person about this, and had to then in this moment of like panic start really seeking this information out, and it was, and it still is like just feels like a little emotionally traumatic. Like it's okay, and like I'm not like upset about that decision, but like I can still right now feel the panic I felt then.
Yeah.
And you're just worried that like if I get this wrong and I miss this window, like what does that mean?
Then you might have to go down a different road, or like you said.
And then what is that road?
Yeah.
Because like I don't know.
No, I don't know either. It is crazy. Like I remember being in Florida. I don't know if you had this experience, but I picture in the movies, people protesting in front of these clinics. And what was the high school movie with like Spike and
Juno? Or no, what are you talking about? Oh, are you talking about
Degrassi?
Yeah,
remember?
Yeah.
I think one of them had, anyways, and there was like this big uproar. And
man, Degrassi was good.
I know.
They dealt with the issues. They dealt with the issues.
I haven't watched the newer one, but maybe we should.
Yeah, maybe we should. Is that the one Drake's in?
Yeah. But when we were in Florida, we drove by this church and they had all these flags spread across their lawn, and it had something to do with like, like life matters or whatever. And I'm like, if I just look at it through the lens of like, let me be me and you be you. Like, what if, and these people that post judgment on this, I'm like, just let people be who they are. Like, imagine if you couldn't wake up every day and like be who you wanted to be and how you want to feel. And like, people know what's right for them.
Well, and so actually it's funny because I know the clinic I went to in Newfoundland, there was these, I always refer to them as these two little biddies. Frig, I hated these. So I actually had at one point worked across the street from the clinic in an office and like a house that was where our office was. And I would see these women protesting all the time.
Were they old?
Yeah,
white?
They were old, white haired women. And just like, they literally like 70 or 80. And like, all I could think was like, if you were 17, like upset, stressed, like this is probably so scary. And like, going there, the last thing you want to see are these friggin' biddies. Like, they're not helpful.
No.
And like, yes, exactly like you said, like, go away.
And just like, why did they care? Like, why did they care about, Vanessa, whoever coming down the street to get an abortion that they know nothing about their lives, their body, nothing about them. Like, don't put your beliefs. There was something I sent you on Instagram and I thought it was really well said. And she was a conservative news reporter, but she was just like, I support whatever religious things you want to do, and I want to liberate you and let you, be who you want to be again. Like, let other people do and like support what people want to do in their decisions. It's a two-way street.
And have maybe the compassion to understand why. Like, if you're on a different... So
Or like,
if you have a different,
like 8 of them, maybe, I don't know. Maybe there's still a situation, but.
Well, like, and so, yes, there's extremes on both sides.
Yeah.
Like there's an element of like taking responsibility for your own.
Like it's not a form of birth control. Like
it is not a form.
Exclusively.
And also it's not like a pleasant experience.
No.
Like, it feels like a vacuum is inside of you. And you can feel it suctioning. Ooh. No. But like you have like
a little bit
like gas.
Something
They give you like a laughing gas or something. Like your eyes like not aware.
No.
But but yes, so it's not a form of birth control. I will say now though, it's actually come a long way. So you can get a medical abortion pill now. So up until 11 weeks, you can take a pill rather than having a procedure in Canada. So that, and it also, you don't have to wait to have that done. So that part's good. But you're right. So there are extremes. Like we should all take responsibility for our for contraception and like
everything.
And everything. But then, but there's also like outliers. Like there's cases of rape and all these like terrible things. I think more so
abuse, rape, like people that force you into these situations. Yes. And then like the woman has to deal with it.
Well, and I think this is the thing is you're making the woman, you're in the US, this is a problem. The women are now obligated without choice. And we don't know the scenarios of which they.
But are there systems, like this is just me spitballing because I really don't know. Yeah. But I'm like, what are there systems like? Again, it would be different state to state for adoption and like, you know what I mean? Of these all these unwanted human beings. Like, what are they going to do? And that's the joke in the States is like.
But they don't do that.
No, exactly. Like once they're born, they don't care. There's not healthcare. There's not all these systems and things to support them. Exactly. And that's unfortunately, I think America.
But yes, but also I think that's just like how the world views women's health. Because let me also be clear. I haven't had a pap smear in 4 years living in Canada because the 2 times I went over the last 4 years, the government had stopped all women's health testing because of COVID. And like, cool. Mm-hmm. But that only happens to women.
Yeah.
Like, and I now haven't had a pap smear in 4 years, which is not healthy.
No, God, no. I had one actually during COVID because I had to get like retest quite a few times, just like irregularities, but like nothing alarming, just, you know, consistent checkups. And my doctor even said, well, she's retired now, which sucks, but she was just like, I'm not really supposed to be doing this because of the way that the labs work now. But she's like, you're here. Like I meant to cancel it. Like I'll still do it, which I appreciate it, but not every doctor is going to, you know, they would have canceled it and just said no. And I think that I've been hearing a lot of different things about Nova Scotia in general, that our healthcare is by far the worst in the province. One of my friends
in the country, you mean?
In the country, yes.
Okay.
That their friend had their kid, I think one of them or 2 of them out west, and then came here and was just like, this is insane. Like it's totally different than
really.
Yeah.
How?
I don't know. Just maybe the lack of
access.
I don't know. Yeah, I didn't dig into it too much, but I was like, oh, that's interesting.
So I think like I think the women's health issue this is like obviously a very big issue. They're starting to have more awareness, but it is like you're seeing it's crazy that like we're just in the era where female medical models are starting to be developed, where they're starting to actually, all the studies that have been done on humans, basically about our brain, about our health, have all been done on men, and they're just starting to do them on women. I think I told you this, that they only found out a couple years ago that like women don't just have a fight or flight response, they also have a fawn, where they like try to basically like fawn to whatever their attacker is and like endear them as a method of safety. But like they only just found that out a couple of years ago. Isn't that crazy?
I didn't even know that.
So,
well, and like, it's just, it's so frustrating too. And I don't know. I don't like people having control over decisions that, and like, I forgot what I was going to say, but I know a lot of people were posting very negative things about this, like Supreme Court, the people, like it's a lot of conservative minded white men and like stuff like that just annoys me.
Well, so it does. So I think whether we like it or not.
What can you do?
No. So that's a great question, Ashley. What can we do? Because we don't like just talking about these things and complaining. So I was thinking about this, or whether we like it or not, I think as women, we do have a higher level of personal responsibility to take initiative for our own health. And I think we have to do that. Like, I think we have to, yes, it requires more like advocating. It requires like pushing your doctors to do testing, things like that, but also taking a responsibility for ourselves. And this is a good reminder for me to go get a pap smear. So I'm glad we're having this conversation.
Okay, we'll follow up on that.
Well, exactly that. Like, make sure you go and get those tests done, but also like read up on the things that maybe are important for at different ages and things like that. And then the other thing you can do is you can support these organizations. So Planned Parenthood, and the one that I went to has changed its name. It's called I forget the name of it. I'll link it in the show notes.
But I think Planned Parenthood, that's a very universal one that you can go and like call the number or go and then
they will
get the information.
They will help direct you. So yeah, Planned Parenthood and the Morgentaler Clinic. These are, and there's other ones surely across Canada. The Morgentaler Clinic is also across Canada. You can donate to these groups, and Planned Parenthood, I think, is the greatest, like you said, because they do testing, they do education,
support.
They do support, because even though we in cities have it, like basically any rural communities do not have access to these things easily.
No. And it brings me back to the conversation we had with Meredith Ralston about women's bodies and stuff too, because she even talked about like the shame women a long time ago had to deal with in being pregnant and stuff like that. And I don't know.
Oh, you used to go and have to hide if you weren't married.
Like if you were, especially imagine being 17, 16 and got pregnant, potentially it would very unwanted pregnancy. Yeah. And then you have to your life is changed for we don't know, but your life is changed forever.
And maybe at that age you don't have the context to understand what that means, but maybe also you want the child at that age, and that could end up being the greatest gift of your life, and you don't know. But there's still probably a lot of stress and trauma around it because there is all of these societal judgments coming to you.
Yeah, no.
So crazy. I do think on a separate note, there also is a lot of probably each of us individually have our own mini traumas around this, and it is probably worth sitting in some of that and reflecting on have you had any of these kind of hurts or just moments of stress and anxiety around it, and just doing your own personal healing. Yeah, if this is triggering for you, but then even in your own health journey, have you had moments of letdown or felt anxiety alone, or fear, or felt alone, or felt scared to ask for what you needed, and just reflect on that and give yourself some space to kind of have some healing around that or explore it.
That's a good point. Yeah, and there's it. I think people, like you said, it should be something. I mean, don't suffer alone if it's something. I know lots of people. I shouldn't say lots of people, but I know with girls who have had abortions, they're, probably have these same thoughts and feelings that you have, and I feel like people would be shocked to hear that you did, or to hear, Mary down the street did, or whoever. Yeah. But it's this is probably more common.
It is
than
more
you
common.
Realize.
Yeah, and it's something that I didn't I don't talk about. It's also something that happened 6 years ago. So it's not super prevalent in my day to day right now, but certainly during this, I do think women's right to choose is really important. I do really believe in that. I think our right to choose with everything medically is really important. And I was so lucky at the time that I went through this process with my friends at the time, and it was not a secret, but it also wasn't something, in this I got from our friend Christy recently, it wasn't something that I talked about openly at the time, and there was a level of shame around it. I guess when we aren't comfortable at talking about things, sometimes that allows us to almost internalize that there's a level of shame around things when there's not. But certainly it wasn't something that my coworkers knew was happening.
No, people you wanted to share with.
Yeah, or even my investors knew. Why would they know? But do you know what I mean? It wasn't I think specifically in the tech space, it actually is a relevant conversation because there's less women. It's a male dominated space. And then that's a very common fear. And that's one of the reasons why when I finished with that company, I was never raising venture capital again, because I want to have a family. I want to have children. It felt impossible then. And that is kind of changing, but that's a totally different subject.
No, it is hard. I feel even women, period, in business or who are doctor, there's just so much more pressure around them starting families or having children and stuff like that. So I feel people are feeling the way you felt, or they're feeling the opposite way. Yeah. And it's just how it's these societal things that kind of end up, seeping into you, but you're this is just, it's another step in the journey or whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And we can talk about these things. I think having these conversations are healthy.
Yes.
And there's also like good collective healing for all of us. And yeah, let's take care of our bodies and take care of our health. And the more that we talk about these things and share the things that we're doing, it helps bring that awareness. And over time, more stuff is happening to prioritize women's health. And like, I think
fingers crossed
we can be hopeful in that. Yeah. And share and invest in the things that you think really support that, because we're super interested. And if there's any resources that have been helpful for you, please tell us.
Yeah.
We would love to know
what you think and how you feel. We're open.
On a lighter women's health and body note, let's take a collective sigh.
If anyone else is feeling, I said to Sarah, I opened up my Instagram.
Let the emotions out.
When this happened, and I instantly was like, my anxiety was triggered. I can't. Like, not that I don't want to deal with the reality of it, but it's just like, I can't believe this is happening. Like, what the actual fuck? And I hate, this is gross. I hate it. Anyways, so if you're feeling that way,
take a sigh.
It's okay. It's gonna be okay.
Take a sigh, a yell, a frustration, and just like fucking have a moment.
Smoke a dart. I don't know.
we smoke darts. Don't smoke darts.
But like,
don't do that.
Whatever you need.
Unless you love it. But yes, do whatever you need, and just like, it's okay to be frustrated.
It is okay.
Take those times. On a lighter women's bodies note.
On to the boobies.
As some of you know, last week I was at a Victoria's Secret. I needed a bra. I need 2 bras. I was going for 2 bras. I needed a strapless bra and a regular bra. And this is how my frustration started. First of all, there was no one around to help me. So I was just like...
Victoria's Secret's very locked down vibe still. I'm surprised the changing rooms were still open, to be honest.
Which looked like a strip club. Let's be clear. They had like the red lighting on. It was like not helpful. But so I have one bra from there that I do like and fits well. So I was like, okay, well, I'll go try on another one to see if they have like a different color, style, design, and maybe I'll just grab a second, because sometimes that's easy. Open the drawer, there's 2 bras in there, the exact one I have in red, like that I own, and then just a black version of that.
Okay, so you weren't open to getting the same one. Oh, we almost have the same bra now.
So I did end up buying the black version out of frustration, but I was like, no, I didn't really want a black bra.
Red is good under white.
Yeah, so I love my red bra.
Yeah.
So I went to try on a bunch. Anyways, none of them fit me. My size was different, everyone. And I posted a video about this, and it seems like it was very well received. We got like so many comments about the bra shopping experience, how it's a struggle, and I think you felt it. Have you had a bad bra shopping experience,
but
Ashley?
I'll tell you, I've laid down the law. I'm very
I love when the law's laid down
about this. I hate Victoria's Secret bras. Okay. I think they're junk if you have boobs.
Which we do.
I mean, and maybe if this is the thing. I worked at Le Vion Rose for a summer years ago. They were lovely.
What kind of training did you have when you worked there?
So that was in the Dartmouth Crossing store when it first opened, which was really fun. I actually was like, this is the best part, was setting up the store, because we went in at the beginning, you know.
Would love that.
Yeah. And you feel more involved or something. It was okay. I hate it when I got put on the change. This is the only retail job I've ever had. When I get put on the changing room and stuff, because you're just the bras and the bathing suits. Anyway, they do train you on how to measure and fit, but like, we were young, and I think this is the same thing with Victoria's Secret. There's some people that aren't informed on your needs or your body parts, period.
So can I tell you, so there's like a guy working there.
Yeah.
And I had pressed the button to get another bra, but I wanted them to look at it to be like, can you tell me what size
that's the
to get?
problem. They don't do that.
And he was hiding from me around the corner and just like sticking his arm out.
He doesn't want to get like charged or something.
I was like, I don't care. Can you please like look at this and make a recommendation? He was like, I'll get someone else. And I was like,
maybe
okay.
he's not allowed.
I know, but I'm like, but then that's not helpful.
Yeah, send someone else.
So like, then
don't answer my call.
He shouldn't be the one who's working in retail in the change room if they're not allowed to look. But like, I didn't mind. I said that, but I was like, I'm actually looking for help. And yeah, that was what was frustrating, is like, help.
Well, and I think that's part of the thing, is like, if you are a fan of Victoria's Secret, I know my sister-in-laws are, they don't have large chests at all. So I think it's easy. They can go in and buy something without underwire, whatever, comfortable,
oh my God,
wear.
imagine.
That's not the case probably with most people. So
I live for the underwire.
We always are
Give
doing
me
underwire.
the underwire.
So since a young age, because I've told you this, but my mom, and she has 3 sisters, but 2 of them in particular who live in Toronto, we are very into bras.
You guys love boobs.
We are
and you
very
love bras.
into, like, my aunt will be like, show me your bra right now. Where'd you get it? I'm not even joking. She's this big. She's so tiny, but her and my other aunt, we both have the same size bra. And like we've switched bras before. It's funny. It's like a thing.
I love this.
And one of them used to work at this like adorable bra like lingerie shop near downtown Toronto. So I just know, and we're all about like good quality bras. And I think it reminds me of the Oprah. Remember she did this whole like thing about bras?
Yes.
Like everyone's wearing the wrong bra size.
I think that's true.
Yeah.
I learned something from that actually.
So I personally, I don't shop anywhere like that for bras because I'm just never satisfied with the quality, with the fit, with the customer service, period.
Okay.
So I'm a big fan, like Lily's downtown.
Okay.
By far, when you go in there, yes, they're expensive.
Do
I care? No. Sure, you buy sneakers, whatever, for $200. Why not buy a $200 bra that you wear for years?
Okay.
But you know what I mean? If it's good quality. And they are, like, those women are in there.
That's a good point.
The curtains open. They're looking at you. They're, like, tugging. Like, no, can get my hand in, strap. No. Like, they're, like, they know.
I want them in. I want them in. I want them at my boobs. I want the whole experience.
They're in. Yeah, there's probably 3 really good shops like that. I think Lily's has been around. Sure, it's high end, but like you're getting like, you have that on and you're like, whoa.
It's like,
and they have beautiful ones. Like I have a black and blue one from there with the matching underwear, and it's got like a little tassel and some lace. And it's like hard. Like I like a good material.
Okay, so you're bringing up a lot of things. This is great. So the R&Q audience, we love you guys so much. You were so helpful and gave us a list of your favorite places to get bras. One of them being Lily's. So
the one in Bedford too. What's
and
that?
there's the silken lingerie.
Yeah.
So here's the list that I think we should try. The Halifax Bra Store, silken lingerie in Bedford. Aerie got a lot of recommendations.
Probably for people with no boobs though.
But I don't know. We're not going to judge. We're going to try it.
Okay.
Let's not jump the gun.
Okay.
La Vie en Rose came up as like helpful from a like in the mall perspective.
Yeah.
Custom Curves in Dartmouth, Lily's. And then apparently, and so there is a big online group that's also, I think, trying to fix this. Third Love is one.
Oh, I love trying on a bra though.
I know, but so I think we should try the online experiences. I think we should do both.
Okay.
So Third Love, NYX, Skims, and Forever Yours Lingerie are also.
I want to add one more.
Oh, yeah.
The Bay.
So yes, sorry, the Bay also was here, and Simon's also came up as well. So Calvin Klein at the Bay was someone. Two
I
people
want that
recommended.
lady that's like, I'm not trying to judge, but I want someone that's like, you know, that the
A
lady,
real woman.
yeah, and she's got the measuring tape around her, and she's got like the pen in her mouth, and she's in there. So I want them to get in there.
Okay.
And then they always tell you, put your shirt on, because there's different bras for different types of shirts, like a t-shirt bra. A lace bra is really nice for a blouse and different things like that.
Is it?
Yeah.
So this is
it's like sexy too, right?
No, I like the lace bras because they're sexy. But you can't wear that under some certain
and
things.
they really
You can't
like
wear it
some of
under
the
this.
lace bras because of the lack of, I guess, like the foamy padding.
Yeah.
I feel like, I don't know, my husband's always like, whoa, it feels like you don't have a bra in a good way.
Yeah.
You know? The lace kind of just perks you up.
Parks you up. All right, a little sexy. So I think this is where we, I think, have to define the criteria of the best. We are going on a mission
This is good. I think
to find a
I've
good
thought about this
strapless bra
before.
and the best bra shopping experience. Okay, so what's the criteria you think we need to cover?
What do you mean? With the store?
With as we evaluate these, I think I
Like
actually
short
want
list.
education.
Yeah.
I think we should rate these different categories.
Like I want to go in and I want to do the least amount of effort. I want to
Okay.
look at the store.
Yeah.
And I want the associate to ask me, what are you looking for? What in your case, you could have been like a strapless bra. I need a strapless bra. Tell them your size, and they'll tell you all the different options and pull them out for you, because there's nothing worse than trying to find your size.
And I want them to size me and be in there.
Oh yeah, they will.
Like I
Tell
want
them, say I need to
hands-on.
know. Like I know I wear a 32D,
Yeah.
which is very hard to find at
You got those little that small.
Licenza and like VS, but
100%.
and sometimes it is hard at stores. If it's popular, it's harder, but they'll order in for you, or which whatever. But usually the more boutique stores have more options, even if you're like, I don't know, like a triple D
And they have
I don't know.
half sizes too.
Yes.
So if you're in between. So we're going to go on a mission, and I think we should evaluate the shopping experience, which is what you're talking about, the associate help, fit, variety.
Yeah. Price?
Variety and size, price, and then our overall frustration level. Because that's the feeling I leave most of the time is like frustration. So we're going for a low
once
frustration.
you find that good bra, which I've done a few times, I'm like, I feel so good.
This is why I'm excited, because I feel like this is the time I'm willing to put in the energy. We are going to find the best bra shopping experience.
I do need a strapless bra, a new one.
I need one too,
And
baby.
I also want a really good push-up bra, but like a good one.
Where your boobs don't fall out?
Yeah.
I can't wear those, but maybe if I find a good
No,
one. This is what I'm
exactly.
excited for. Okay. So we're going on the
And they'll
hunt.
tell you at the good places. They'll be like, that, no, it's not for you.
Good. Okay.
You've got 4 boobs. It's too tight in your back. Like they'll,
I want them to tell me that.
I can't
want
wait to experience this with you.
I'm so excited to experience this together. All right, guys. So we're going to keep you updated on the bra journey. We'll document it obviously through Instagram and TikTok as well. But we will have like a bra roundup episode at some point.
And Sarah's mind's going to be blown. I can't wait for you to be like,
I want my mind to be blown. I'm
All right.
so excited to start. So we'll post the short list. You can follow along. I'm also going to order some online because I do want to see that online experience.
okay, let us share it with me. What is it?
Third Love is one.
Third Love. Okay.
And
Nyx.
Nyx, Skims.
I can't do the
and
Nyx.
apparently Forever Yours lingerie. Why can't you do the Nyx?
I don't think they have underwire.
I don't know. And so I agree.
I think there's
I may try
comfort.
it. Yeah,
okay.
I know. Well, so, and this is the other thing is like, I generally like having a sexier bra, like something I feel
Yeah,
good
like
in.
maybe one. Like you need one. No.
Yeah,
no.
I like the underwire.
Okay. It's better for your glands.
To not have it? I know, that's true.
Yeah.
My naturopath once told me that. He's like, you could just not wear a bra. And I said, that's really nice of you to say, but I just don't care. Like, I will be ignoring this advice.
No, I know. The only I have one lace one that I'd wear more. Like if we were together in pajamas, it's kind of something like that. It's from Victoria's Secret, or like a sports bra.
I have one lace one that I do wear sometimes in the summer more. But overall, my preference is.
Anyways, once this is done, I hope we get compliments by strangers.
I hope that our boobs are going to look great. But also, you guys are going to know where to go to get your bras and feel supported in the process, which is going to be very exciting.
Stay tuned.
The great bra hunt. All right, Ash, should we do a Queenie-gram before we wrap?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Will you pick a number?
44.
Whoa, you were fast. I love that. I love that.
I saw it.
Okay, let's see. What part of a kid's movie scared you?
When I was little?
Yeah.
Oh my God, so many.
I love this one.
I remember being kind of scared of Jumanji
Jumanji was
and Jurassic
terrifying.
Park. Like anything with like animals and I don't know. That was scary.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Because it was real life. Like it wasn't
Jurassic
a cartoon.
Park was horrifying.
Yeah, it was.
I still can't watch Jurassic Park. Jumanji, yes, I agree with you. People love that. People have a much higher like intensity tolerance than I think you or I do.
No, it's getting worse with age.
Yeah, I was like
bad.
Hocus Pocus scared me. I loved it, but I was afraid.
The Craft scared me too.
Oh my God.
Yeah, my
like-
friend Stacey and I used to love that movie, but I was like deep down panicked.
I loved it too, but there were parts that I was horrified of. I was like just too young to be watching it, I think.
Yeah, and it was like new. You didn't know about.
I know.
This
I feel
stuff.
like we should rewatch The Craft actually.
Sure.
Sometimes I love rewatching movies from that era, like the 90s and
Remember
early
when
2000s.
her hair turns into like worms and stuff?
No, I don't remember. This is the
Or
thing.
like leeches? I can't remember. Oh, I've seen it like 20 times. Okay, what's yours?
Mine is Hocus Pocus. Hocus Pocus like
really?
freaked me out.
That is one of my favorite movies.
No, I loved it, but like I totally had moments of being like so terrified.
Was it the mummy, the dead guy walking around with
Well,
the
I
cat?
definitely forgot about that. No, to me it's like the three witches, Bette Midler, Sarah Jessica Parker. Who's the other one?
Oh, the dark hair girl.
Oh, yes, and she's in.
She's so good. She's funny and adorable
with Whoopi Goldberg and
Sister Act
as well.
I love
she's
that
fabulous.
movie.
But I think just the three of them, like at one point, there's a scene where they're like coming in, like they're
Bette
three
Midler's
faces.
terrifying. She's like, ooh.
I know her lips. Oh God. Anyways, I just found it spooky in general. That scarred me, I think, a little bit. But
We are on to only happy shows and
we
movies.
only happiness.
I watched one episode of Yellow Jackets and I thought I was going to die.
Yeah, never. We need the
They were
happy
skinning
TV.
them and stuff. I know. Like,
What?
be warned, people. Yes, in the first episode.
I'm so upset. Okay, I can never watch that. Please do
Don't
not
watch
remove
it.
from my
I can
mind.
never watch it
Remove
again.
It, remove it. Remove it from my mind. I'm
It's
so
just
upset.
fake.
I'm
It's
so
just
upset.
fake.
I'm so upset.
Jeff kept telling me that the other day. He's like, "It's not real," and I'm like, "I know it's not real."
Okay,
I'm sorry.
I think we're
I'm
good.
sorry.
No, it's okay. It's okay. It's okay. Anyways, I think this just exemplifies that we are very sensitive creatures and we want to put the good stuff into our mind. We can only watch the happy shows. I'm really freaked out by this idea of Yellow Jackets. Oh,
This is why I only watch mind-numbing reality stupid
okay.
shit.
So that
I need to escape to a weird parallel
we're
universe.
clearing the vibes. I gotta like sage this space when we're done. I'm going home and saging my whole body. If anyone has any happy, pleasant, joyful little shows, also let us know that.
Melissa McCarthy's show.
Yes.
Remember I told you?
I gotta watch that.
We'll watch a clip of that next to lift our spirits.
Anything by Mindy Kaling. So funny. Okay, good.
All right, we love you guys. Happy Thursday.
We love you.
Have a good one.